Hi, this is LMcCool, and I have another video lesson for you. And this time I am using a resource from the New York Times. And the Times puts out each week a writing resource called What's Going On in This Picture. And I thought this would work really well in the ESL classroom, especially with the information that we've been reading this week on the reading and writing connections. And so this activity really responds to reader response theory, and this activity helps to emphasize both the reader's active participation in understanding a text, as well as helping the ESL student then to write about something that they are looking at, and in turn it's really a recursive process, this particular activity. So let me explain what the student would do. You can see that the teacher would first post up a picture, and typically the New York Times has pictures that are really interesting and intriguing and not easily identifiable as to what they might be. And so this is the one that I chose for this week. This actually came from the October 21st edition of the Times of this year. And so what the teacher would do would then be to show this image for a series of minutes, and then ask the students to look very closely at the image and think about these three questions. First, what's going on in this picture? What makes you say that? What more can you find? And so students would be given a few minutes to think, and then to think, pair, share with the person next to them. And then after they'd had a couple of minutes to just talk with each other, then they would actually go to either laptop, computer, or paper and pencil is fine too, and just write down 3 to 5 sentences or a very, very short paragraph of a description of what they see and think about this particular image, trying to answer these three questions of what's going on in the picture, what do you see that makes you say that, and what more can you find. Then the teacher would move into a little peer review activity of those paragraphs, so that again they're in their think, pair, share partner, and they can check each other's paragraphs for readability, for content, for mechanics, and also just share a little discussion again about what each person in the pair was thinking. Then the nice thing about this particular activity is it actually has a technology connection in which students then can go ahead and log into the New York Times blog. You don't need, it's not paid, it's not a paid subscription, so they can just log into the Times there. And then what they can do is actually create a post of their ideas of what they think this picture is representing, or what's happening in the picture. So they would post their little paragraph up to the blog, and then students would be asked to read other responses on the blog, and also to respond to one of the other postings, one of the other student postings. Then 24 hours later, so in the next class period, so this is actually a 2-day activity, in the next class period then, we would go back to this picture and talk about it a little bit, and then 24 hours later, on the 22nd, the New York Times will actually post up a short article on what's actually happening in the image. And so you can see down below I've put that short little article, and so students then would be asked to read the article and to discuss it first in a think, pair, share, so with a partner, and then together as a whole class we would discuss the differences between what people thought might be happening in the picture as opposed to what actually is happening in the picture. So this is a really great activity to again make or forge that connection between reading and writing, asking students to both think about the invention process and the creativity of looking at something and creating text for it, but also then on the second day coming back to read text about it and the assignment could be further extended by having them then write again about the differences of what they saw the first time and what they find out is actually happening the second time. So this activity could be extended probably over a full 2-day lesson session. And so just to wrap up then, some of the rationale behind this activity would be that it helps students writing by promoting a reading-writing connection. It's working on invention strategies for creative thinking and inquiry. It is connecting via technology to a larger discourse community, so we're encouraging the ESL students to get their voices heard out into a larger community besides just within the classroom. And it's also helping students writing by analyzing their own and peer responses compared to the actual article. And again, it has that wonderful technology connection of having the students post to the Times Learning Network blog, reading and responding to other bloggers' posts, and then reading the accompanying article. So I hope you enjoy this activity. The New York Times posts up a new picture every week, every Monday. They post up a new picture in a new blog space for students to comment on. So again, this was LMcCool, and I've enjoyed sharing this with you, and I'll hope to see you next time. Thanks. Bye.